What's poppin' and welcome to Popcorn with Jola Sadiaran, your stop for all things pop, where we talk about all things pop culture from here in the Philippines to the rest of the globe. And today, we are joined by an extra special guest. Dito naman tayo sa mundo ng pelikula as we've been talking about in the last few episodes, buhay na buhay ang pelikulang Pilipino. Let's welcome our extra special guest for today, Derek Patrick Tabada. Woo! Welcome, Derek.
Thank you for having me, Cholo.
Maayong gabi. Welcome to the casting couch.
Ano yung casting
Nabalitaan mo
couch?
ba ko yung casting couch?
Alam ko lang yung casting, since I'm a filmmaker, di ko alam.
Ikaw yung nagka-cast.
Oo.
So,
Di ko
ano
alam
yung mga-
casting couch na nangyayari? Ano ba yun?
I think i-google nyo na lang. Baka ibang show yun, ibang podcast yun. But anyway, welcome. Thank you for joining us on this week's episode. And we're so excited na you're here. I mean, we've worked together before and your movie, Flower Girl, is out now on Netflix. So that's very exciting. Kamusta yun in general? Like, how does it feel to have your first movie or solo directorial debut on Netflix?
Excited ako makita siya ng maraming tao. I'm excited for people to love it and hate it. So yeah.
Marami bang hate nung theatrical run?
May mga iba, the conservative ones, pero yeah, I think expected.
It's given naman in this country. But you know, we have dolls in the audience. So palakpakan, trans lives matter. Yes! Agad-agad. Anyway, but ayun, let's just talk about generally what's poppin' for you right now before we head to our discussion. Ano yung mga pinapakinggan mo ngayon, pinapanood mo ngayon? What's on your playlist or what are you watching aside from casting couches?
Sorry, ano yung tanong? What's poppers?
What's poppers?
What's pop?
Change channel.
What's popping?
What's poppers? What brand? Poppers PH, sabi sa dog show, diba? But ayun, I mean, before we head to our main discussion, I mean, what's poppin' for you, Derek? Ano ba yung mga pinapakinggan mo ngayon or mga pinapanood mo, ganun, aside from being on our casting couch right now?
Wow. Yeah, I think ngayon, I mean, typical, films, writing, pitching stories. And aside from work, siguro, naging stress reliever ko yung EDM, raves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ang saya mag-rave.
Ang saya, I love raving so much. Yeah.
Sabi nga kanina, what's poppers daw?
Yeah. Tapos casting couch pa. What's
Yes,
pop?
I
Well,
think
perfect.
dim the lights, turn on the music,
Yeah.
stop the show. We're gonna rave na lang dito. But anyway, ano bang, I mean, aside from writing your own stuff, ano yung pinapanood mo ngayon, napupusuan mo this year na sobrang nagustuhan mo? I know there's a couple, but
Yeah, I
maybe
think
you wanna share.
top 2 films ko this year is like Sinners, of course. Saka yung kay Paul Thomas Anderson's na One Battle After Another. I love it so much.
What about those for you, parang stood out?
Yung One Battle After Another, I'm a comedy filmmaker and feeling ko may comedy timing yung film na it tackles a very serious topic about revolution. And I really enjoyed it. Hindi ko siya namalayan na it's almost 3 hours pala sa sinihan.
Yeah, the pacing, no, sobrang bilis, and then the music, and then I feel like, yun nga, yung comedic timing niya, everything just, di mo mapansin yung oras sa dami
Mapansin yung oras, medyo mahaba nga siya. Actually, mas mahaba pa nga siya kaysa Magellan eh.
Talaga ba?
Yeah, I think so.
But Magellan kasi very slow pace, I
Yeah.
feel. But I mean, that was the goal naman of that particular film. And you know, very iconic din ang mga linyahan nila Direct Love sa New York about that.
Yes, the Q&A.
Sa kanilang
Yeah,
sariling
perfect. I
casting
love it,
couch.
Yeah.
Yun na yung pangalan ng episode, Casting Couch with Direct Patrick. Anyway, I mean, just talking about film in general, before we head to Flower Girl and everything that you've worked on, I wanna know, paano ka nakarating dito ngayon sa your first solo film, di ba? Not in that way. But your first solo directorial debut that you also wrote, paano ka naging director? Ano yung naging aspiration mo nung bata ka ba or ganon?
I was raised in Cebu. Doon na rin ako nag-aral ng college. So, may gumagawa ako ng short films pa sa Cebu, sumasali sa mga local short film festivals. Pero ang film industry wala naman sa Cebu. Nasa Manila. So Cebu, ginawa lang talaga siyang hobby, creative outlet. And then yung boyfriend ko, nagkaroon ng job offer sa Manila. So, pumunta siya dito, and ako, I don't think I can survive an LDR, long distance. So, sumunod ako sa kanya. And then, I was bored kasi wala pa akong trabaho that time. Nag-enroll ako sa UP for a grad study for films. Then, sa screenwriting project, yung final requirement namin was a full-length screenplay. Doon ko sinulat yung Patay na si Jesus. So after ko siya sinulat, sinend ko siya sa Q Cinema Film Festival. And fortunately, nakapasok siya. And then, na-produce, na-direct. Then after noon, I mean, lahat sunod na yung mga projects and racket.
Grabe, first screenplay mo talaga.
First full-length, yes.
Patay na si Jesus. And then yun na siya agad.
Yeah.
Nasa film circuit na siya. Ano yung inspiration behind that particularly? I mean, syempre, you're from Cebu also.
Surprisingly, sobrang madali at tapos ko lang yung first draft 5 days because kinda loosely based siya sa true story. I was raised by a single mother, tapos hindi namin nakita yung dad ko for 13 years. Nabalitaan na namin namatay siya and we need to travel from Cebu to a province para ilibing siya.
So most of that movie happened in real life?
Tapos nung nilibing na namin si Papa, hindi kami umiyak. Then after a week, namatay yung aso namin, nilibing namin sa likod ng bahay, tapos umiiyak kami lahat.
Yun din ba pangalan ng aso niyo? Si Judas?
Hindi naman.
Pero sa characters, I guess, sa Patay na si Jesus, sino yung pinaka-ikaw doon?
I think dinivide ko yung character ko sa tatlo. Si Jude being the queer one. Siguro marami rin akong failures, gaya ng Guy. And then, sometimes I'm too harsh on myself, gaya ni Hubert.
Wow. So parang with that ba...
I'm also Sister Lucy though. The crazy nun. Yes.
May totoong nun ba na sumama sa inyo?
Wala naman. But I think I also identify as, as Sister
as a nun.
Lucy. Yeah.
Pero parang, I mean, with that, totoo ba? Of course, you really had to go through that? Like a road trip ba? Going to your dad's?
Yung mga 2 hours.
Okay, and then just crazy things na inspired, you took inspiration from.
Tapos hindi pa alam ng mom ko na sinulat ko siya. So nung napanood na niya, parang tayo to
But how's that reaction? Syempre coming from Cebu and then moving to Manila and then syempre dito din yung festival, 'di ba, sa Manila. Lumipad yung mom mo ba? Ganun?
Yeah, lumipad sila dito sa premiere at nanood. Tapos although pinikita ulit sa Cebu, nanood rin sila.
And it's very widely acclaimed when you say that movie or when sinabi na, si Direk Patrick yung nagsulat ng Patay na si Jesus. Everyone's like, oh, I really love that movie. So, I mean, ang gandang start nun.
Naging entry ko talaga siya sa film industry. I think after nung palabas yung Patay na si Jesus, parang dami nang kumontak na producer, yung idea first, sinusunod na talaga yung mga racket and all.
And from there, doon na ba talaga na nalaman mo na parang, okay, ito na pursue ka na talaga mag-write ng movies or even, were you aspiring to direct at that point?
I always wanted to write. I mean, yung first job ko was Cebu Daily News, para siyang branch ng Inquirer Visayas sa Cebu. Then nag-ads rin ako as a copywriter. Tapos corporate writing din. So, it was just figuring out what kind of writing na gusto kong i-pursue. Yun nga, sa Cebu, walang film, walang screenwriting. So, yung lahat ng screenwriting ko was hobbies and contests. But I really wanted to pursue filmmaking, screenwriting.
Is there a particular short film na nasulat mo before that's out there that we can watch? Or
I think nasa Sabado-Sabado, it's a Binisaya film. Para siyang 7 filmmakers kami. Yung isang short film, mga short films namin, merge into one full length. Sumali rin ako sa Sinulog Film Festival twice, I think.
Are those streaming somewhere?
I think so, sa YouTube. Yeah.
Pwede nating i-upload somewhere.
Sure.
OnlyFans.
Yes. O Telegram.
Exclusive Telegram, yes. But aside from that, I also want to know, parang, why comedy? Like, how did you get into comedy to begin with? Coming from you were writing for a publication, and then, has it always been
I think
innate?
Personally, parang naging coping mechanism ko na rin yung humor, yung laughter. Sobrang love ko yung comedy. I love comedy a lot. I think kapag nabatawa mo yung mga kalaban mo, I think you've already won half of the battle. Also, I think when people are laughing with their mouth open, I think that's the best way to shove down progressive ideas down their throat.
When their mouths are open, shove down their throat.
Pero
I love that.
So, pinakamahirap isulat yung comedy. Like, I've also written dramas. Medyo mahirap yung comedy. Lagi na sinasabi na parang, even if I write drama, sobrang lumalabas pa rin yung humor at comedy ko.
Pero anong mga nag-inspire sa'yo, like, comedy-wise, growing up?
I think life.
Life lang talaga.
Yeah. And also, nung I used to be 98 kilos. Tapos, nung pandemic, na-obsess ako sa gym. I workout a lot. Tapos, nag-shot ako ng comedy pandemic. Akala ko nawala yung nawala yung humor ko. Kasabay ng weight loss ko.
Okay.
Parang, oh my God, I think, kaya ba funny ako because I was 98 kilos. Then I realized, yung humor ko pala, yung pinanggalingan ng humor ko is something intangible, something people can take away from me. Childhood trauma.
Thing we want to unpack.
Na naman.
But I mean, aside from that, I mean, ano ba yung mga comedy things growing up na nagustuhan mo? Aside from life, of course, life just finds funny ways. All
Nung pinanood ko yung, nung high school ako, pinanood ko yung Zombadings.
Oh my God,
Sa isang
maganda yan.
lumang sinihan sa Cebu. Nung pinanood ko, sabi ko talaga, pwede palang ganitong gumawa ng klaseng pelikula na sobrang bobo at the same time sobrang talino. Sobrang talino, sobrang dumb niya. So, yeah.
Sa kanong time na yun, parang sobrang
Genre
bihira.
siya.
Oo, sobrang bihira nung ganun.
It's queer,
It's zombies, queer zombies
iba siya sa
at the
mga
same
comedy.
time.
It's like out of the box. So, wow.
Sayang nga, parang I think they were teasing a sequel at some point.
Kasi yung title, Zombading 1.
Oo nga eh. Magkakaroon ba? Baka ikaw na yung director ng Zamba Dings 2.
Well,
Zamba Queers.
I'm open.
Ding ding ding, Brigading. Welcome back to Brigading episode. Baka pwede na yung House of Ding sa
Zombuding.
Subod. Never mind. Anyway, aside from Zamba Dings, ano pa, mga komedyante ba meron? Or parang naturally lumabas na yun sa'yo
Yeah,
from
I
there?
think so. Tsaka puro films eh. Like, Patay na si Jesus, I think, big fan ako ng Little Miss Sunshine. I love road trip. So kaya baka yun nag-inspire.
Very evident na
Yes.
parang ginawa mo siyang Pinoy. And I think even with your general filmography, at least the first two films, may element ng pagka road trip lagi and
Tsaka may touch of religion din.
and queerness, of course.
I studied in all boys sa Cebu. Kaya siguro bakla ako. And also, yung mama ko si Marian Devotee. So,
Akala ko
meron
naman si
kaming-
Marian.
Hindi naman siya si Marian.
Sabay-sabay.
Pero hindi naman siya So yun, may maraming life-size Mother Mary sa bahay. So, really obsessed with religion. Halos lahat ng films ko parang may touch of religion.
May Nun,
May
and
Nun,
then,
yeah.
what's the one in Chedeng?
Religious ata si Apple. May superstitious belief siya. Yeah.
So, I mean, with that, let's move on to the next film, Patay na si Jesus. And it was in the same year, right? Released ba? Tama.
2016, yes.
2016 si Patay na si Jesus.
2017 yung si Apple.
So, magkasunod na year.
Magkasunod, oh.
Paano naman nabuo yung Chedeng at Apple?
I really wanted to... wala akong plano to direct Chedeng at si Apple. Doon nung sinusulat ko na siya, sinend ko siya sa Cinema One Originals at that time. Ngayon wala na. Sinabi ng producer ko, ikaw na mag-direct niyan. Feeling ko hindi ko pa kayang mag-direct ng solo. So I approached my friend, Ray Red, to direct it with me. So yun, pumayag. Then yeah.
But how was that? Siyempre, dalawa kayo. Like, ano yung dynamics? Close naman kayo enough?
Close naman kami. I think same kami ng vision sa film. Medyo mahirap lang kasi it's an independent film. So limited yung time. Tapos we have two big stars pa, Julia Diaz and Elizabeth Oropesa. But naitawid naman somehow, yes.
And sobrang, I rated it 5 stars on my letterbox. You can check that. Super,
Thank you.
nandun pa ako sa isang Trinoma screening ng Cinema Originals. Nandun pa yata kayo nag-talk back after. Sobrang tawang-tawa ako sa movie na yun. Like, ang galing. Kasi parang bihira lang yung may body comedy dito. Or kung meron man, sobrang konti lang, diba? Like, ano yung nag-push sa'yo for that story particularly na gawin siyang, of course, set in Cebu din, diba? At some point. And also, making it a body comedy with these legendary or veteran actors of the Philippines.
I think as a queer man rin, sobrang meron tayong parang magandang appreciation sa art, sa music, at sa friendship. I think iba yung queer friendship in general, lalo na. So isa yun sa pag-inspire sa akin.
Saka ang ganda na at the old age, quote-unquote old age of the characters in the film na dun pa lang niya na-realize yung queerness niya, and then she also had to come out to her own family. One of them, I think, is also gay, di ba?
Yeah,
Parang, ang tanda mo na, ngayon ka pa lang, di ba? Parang, I think one of the questions in the movie is there an age ba for
Coming out.
diba?
Tsaka maraming nag-expect na magkakataluyan sila ni Apple and Chideng.
Oo.
Pero I think, tama ko nagkatuluyan sila, but not in a romantic way. Mas beautiful pa nga na friendship, yung friendship yung nila, as a friends.
And I think that's very crucial in queer film and also just queer life na, you have your chosen family, and with that, ang ganda nung naging dynamic nila. And so, how was it working with Miss Gloria Diaz and Miss Elizabeth Oropesa?
Alam mo, medyo kinakabahan ako una nung hindi ko pa siya nami-meet. Kasi Gloria Diaz, right? Sal and all. Pero alam mo, sobrang cowboy nila, sobrang cowgirl nila sa set. Like, game sila. Nalala ko pa nga game si Gloria Diaz na may scene doon na sumakay sila sa habal-habal. Sobrang game nila, wala silang arte. They just had fun.
And parang, is there any particular experience in that film na naalala mo aside from that pa na very striking for you or memorable? Siyempre, dalawa din kayo ng friend mo, gumagawa ng movie, and then it's about two friends. Is there anything in that experience as well?
Siguro, na-learn ko at that time, if mag-direct man ako ulit, sana mas malaki na budget at marami ng number of shooting days.
Pero I mean, in the festival setting, ano din yung experience with that na nagko-compete kayo? Or to you ba, the very fact na nandun ka na as a competitor or as an entry is already like a win on your side?
Oh. Actually, gusto ko lang talaga mapalabas yung film. Of course, we want to win awards. We did though, pero yeah, I mean, yung goal lang is to tell the story.
I mean, you're a FAMAS nominee for Best Screenplay, so yun pa lang alone, what an accolade, di ba?
Urian rin, yeah. For Patay.
For Patay naman. So, ayun, ano pang susunod? Di ba? But with that, let's go to, Flower Girl naman, syempre. The latest film that's now out on Netflix. Ano yung naging inspiration mo for that film in particular?
It's a true story, based on my true story. Nawalan ako ng, just kidding. Siguro laging obsessed yung mga tao what's between our legs, right? We should be obsessed on what's inside our wallet.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, so obsessed tayo sa what's between our legs. Even nga tayo, I mean, especially the gays, I mean, obsessed tayo on kung gaano kalaki or kung ano may yang sa gitna. So, isa yun sa pag-inspire sa akin. What really makes a man and a woman a woman.
So, what is it?
What? Dapat panoorin nila sa Netflix para malaman.
Correct. But I mean, ayun, specifically, is there a specific friend ba that you feel the experience that you really took inspiration from? Or parang just as a queer experience in general, you think that's what pushed you to write it?
It's a common story na narinig natin, especially kahit nga sa Philippines lang or abroad, na sobrang hirap umihi ng mga trans woman sa CR. Like, lagi silang kina-question at all. Gusto lang naman umihi. So, yeah.
But, I mean, I think with that, syempre, a lot of film or cinephiles are very sensitive then. Even, of course, if you're in the LGBT community, as a cisgender man, ano yung naging approach mo dun sa making a trans story come to life?
Actually, may nagsasabi ng review, like, anong ginagawa ng isang cisgendered man making yung Flower Girl, I think, I won't label it as a trans woman story. I would like to label it, at first, in the surface, para siyang journey ng isang babae, ni Ina, rediscovering her womanhood. Pero in the deeper level, she's actually rediscovering her humanity. And I think humanity has no reproductive organ, has no gender. And as a queer man myself, I think we share the same struggle with women and even trans men, trans women. I think we face the same enemy. Wow, seryoso yun
Akala nyo ba? But yeah, I mean, that's really a really nice point na parang it's just a shared thing about struggles, about being queer na very outrageous. Saan mo nakukuha yung pagka-outrageous na ganun? Kasi specifically Flower Girl, yung tawa ko sa cinema, sobrang out of this world. Namamalo pa ako nung katabi ko. Sabi nila, market ka talaga nitong movie na to. No?
I think seryoso kasi yung topic and as a filmmaker, sobrang gusto kong gaguhin yung mga seryoso na topic in such a way. And sabi ko rin to sa team ko, I don't wanna ponder sa woke then aside. If ma-offend man sila, ma-offend sila. Kasi, you know, if I ponder too much sa woke, I mean, I'm preaching to the choir. So, if a transphobic man or woman watch this, tapos tumawa sila, yun, I think, medyo successful ako doon at some point.
And I think it got really good reviews naman, and hopefully with Netflix, mas
Sana,
lalawak pa
sana.
yung
Yeah.
kaalaman ng mga tao in terms of that. But I mean, as just going back to that, may pagka-inspiration siya sa Beauty and the Beast na may flower.
may flower.
Intentional ba yun or nagkataon lang na
Ay, nagkataon lang siya. Gusto ko lang ng time bomb sa element. Tapos,
Oo.
nagkataon pa na flower. Medyo metaphor pa siya sa vagina. So, yeah.
ang galing. Tapos may Pucci pa.
Puchi pa.
Like, paano nabuhay si Pucci?
Medyo spoiler yun Oo nga.
Okay, spoiler.
But anyway, yeah, spoiler.
Pause muna kayo, tapos manood muna kayo sa Netflix, tapos balik kayo sa conversation.
So, I think yung Puchi is like, parang siyang vagina, paano kung kinakausap ka ng reproductive organ mo. So, personified ko lang yung vagina. Ito ang mascot.
Tapos, paano mo pinitch yung, uy, may mascot ng isang vagina dito. Si Pucci ay isang character mismo sa movie na to.
Nung script kasi nasa dulo na siya, right? Sa ending na siya.
Nasa rave siya.
Nasa ending na siya. So parang, I don't think masyashock pa sila given mga nangyayaring kabaliwan sa buong script. I don't think meron pa silang masyashock. Okay, wow. I mean,
Tatanggapin mo na lang.
Tatanggapin mo lang siya na parang, okay.
Pero yun talaga yung sa mga funny parts. Parang Pucci, tapos yung mga promo marketing nyo was really with Pucci on the streets. Sobrang, I mean, it's also good reproductive health, I think, promotion.
Nung
in a
sinushoot
sense.
ko yung scene nun ni Pucci at ni Ina, sabi ko, putang ina, sorry.
Okay lang,
Sabi
okay lang
ko,
magmura.
oh my God. I mean,
Nasa casting couch
this
na nga tayo.
this is parang ito pa talaga yung film talaga. I mean, doon ko naramdaman, okay, this is the kind of film that I really want to do. Yeah.
But syempre with it's a very sensitive topic, quote unquote, for many people who are conservative. But in terms of casting, syempre, how did you convince Sue Ramirez, kunwari, to star, and also Jameson Blake, Martin Del Rosario to star in this kind of movie? Of course, with the help of Idea First, diba?
Medyo natakot ako kung sinong ika-cast kasi may papayag ba ng ganung role. Nag-zoom kami ni Sue, pinitch ko yung idea, parang less than in a minute lang, nag-glow yung eyes niya, sabi niya, yes, I'm gonna do it.
Was there any other wish list you had, or Sue was like, ito talaga?
The thing is, when I'm writing a story, parang ayoko mag-isip ng actor. Some writers though, medyo natutulungan sila sa pag-develop ng story pag they think of an actor or an actress. Ako wala, kasi I don't wanna limit yung character. Kasi kapag think ako ng, baka kaya ba to ni kaya to. So, wala akong iniisip at that time. Tapos si Derek Percy, yung producer, sabi niya,
Shout out Derek.
Yes, parang perfect to kay Sue. So we pitch it to her. Sabi niya, okay, game, yes.
Sa kasi Sue, parang game na game talaga siya.
Oo, magkita mo sa film na parang kinareer niya talaga.
Oo.
Sineryoso niya yung role ni Ina.
Yung mga linyahan niya, parang seryosong-seryoso, pero nakakatawa din.
Sabi pa niya, wala siyang makuhang inspiration kasi wala pa namang babae na wala na vagina. So nahirapan daw siya. Saan kaya ako nag-research? At yeah.
But how was the research in terms of that? Siyempre, presenting that kind of trans element. Did you talk to consult with trans people?
Yeah, we have trans consultants, creative consultants like Myra lang. Tapos si Sue, yung note ko lang sa kanya sa acting, sinabi ko lang sa kanya, you have to take this seriously. Yung comedy dito, hindi ka nagpapatawa. I think, mas nakakatawa siya pag sineryoso mo na wala ka talagang vagina.
Tapos, parang
Yun.
comedy ensues from there lang. Pero ikaw, kung ikaw yung nawala ng Ari today, kunwari pagtapos ng episode, anong gagawin mo?
Oh my God. Tatanungin ko yung boyfriend ko if mahal pa ba niya ako kahit wala akong...
Pero sinundan mo na siya from Cebu,
Yes.
same boyfriend.
Oo.
So sinundan mo siya to Manila, tapos ganun na lang. You
So
think?
wala na ako ng ari. Pero I have other body parts naman that could satisfy him. At feeling ko, yeah.
Approved by the committee right now. Joke lang. Kaya tayo
Siguro
nandito.
yung second asset will be my humor.
Yes.
My big fat humor. Yeah.
Big fat humor. Ipasok na ang humor na yan sa pelikula on Netflix, now streaming.
Pero kasi, the gay community, pag nakakatawa ka at wala kang, hindi ka naman jujuwain.
Saka minsan kahit...
Imamari ka lang, right?
Oo.
Hindi baklaan tuloy itong
Pero I think with that din parang sometimes sobrang pogi mo, ang ganda ng katawan mo, pero wala kang personality. So I feel like tama ka nga din naman. Parang if you don't have the humor or the personality, anong gagawin sa'yo? Ikaw yung walang ari. Baliktad naman.
Yes. Mhm.
So, I mean, I think maraming movie na walang personality. Wala naman, I'm just saying, in general.
Yes.
I
Name
think,
names nga.
Name.
LGBT pa.
Name.
Yeah.
Name the name. But yun din, parang ang gandang point nun na parang aside from that, but people are obsessed with that. And then you have Kalad Karen as one of the stars in the movie as well. You have Maxi, of course. Just all the representation that you can put there to really like put that message out there. Pero with that, yun na nga, yung humanity talaga yun eh, at the end of the day. Like, kindness, I feel like it's not as easy or it's not as common as people believe it to be. And I think yung part na yun, even with the character of Ina, pardon the spoilers, I guess, pero yun, even the character of Ina na, yun, Ina niya, joke, Ina niya. Yun eh, parang I think dun siya nag-struggle with the,
Diba entitled yun na character eh.
Correct.
Para siyang female version ng mga straight men.
Oo.
Nag-rely yung power nila sa organ nila.
Yeah, but I think just to get to the ending part, it's a bit open-ended. Can you talk more about that decision in your writing and the execution of that very, very funny ending?
Meron kasi I mean, yung original ending was, nung nakahiga na siya tong ulan, right? Nag-light up yung crouch niya, saying na bumalik yung vagina. Tapos during the focus group discussion, merong debate sort of na parang, ay, kung nagbalik yung vagina niya, parang, so meaning, I mean, nag-rely pa rin siya sa vagina yung womanhood niya. Kaya ginawa namin na hindi na lang nagbalik yung physical vagina. Pero at the same time, nagbalik yung womanhood ni Ina. Hindi nag-rely pa rin yung womanhood sa vagina. So, umuulan ng, spoilers, umuulan ng dildos and, fake pussies. Inspired siya sa Paul Thomas Anderson, Magnolia, right? Yung frogs. So, yeah.
Baliktad naman.
Baliktad naman,
siya.
oo.
As a PTA fan talaga.
Yeah, tsaka, we chose na dildos and artificial vagina because that's what gender construct is. Sobrang artificial ng gender construct.
And it just rained.
Just rained, yeah.
Parang cats and dogs.
Yeah,
It rained cats and dogs.
Ito, gusto nyo pala, obsessed pala kayo So
Oo.
yan. Kumuha ka ng usa.
Cocks and pussies.
Yeah.
So, saan napunta lahat ng mga umulan na yun?
Nasa bahay ko.
So, pwede mo nang i-TikTok shop,
Yes.
add to the yellow cart now.
Paglabas ng Netflix, oo.
Pwede.
Benta, TikTok live.
Baka pwede yun, kasi di ba yung cleaners, binibenta nila yung mga highlighted, what do you call this, frames. Baka ikaw pwedeng, this is one of
Dildos.
X dildos that were seen in the film.
Why
Si
not?
Pucci, nasa na siya ngayon?
Nasa production, namin, sa PD, nasa idea
So,
first.
bubuhayin ba siya ulit?
Hopefully sa marketing ng
Sana lumabas ulit siya.
Yeah.
Lumabas si Pucci. But last question in terms of Flower Girl. This was the closing film ng New York Asian Film Festival. Paano yung experience na yun for you?
Alam mo, sobrang love ko, aside from the festival, sobrang love ko New York. It's my first time sa New York. And sobrang nag-enjoy ko. Feeling ko babalik talaga ako next year as early as possible. Sa festival naman, mas excited pa ako to talk about New York kasi film festival. Sa film festival naman, nagulat kami dahil sinend namin siya na close na yung yung pag-submission. So, nag-message yung programmer na they're interested, blah, blah, blah. And sobrang gulat pa kami because they want to make it as a closing film. So, wow. I mean, a woman whose vagina completely closes the film festival. So, I think it's very fitting. It's very fitting. Full house naman yung pag-closing film and daming tumawa. And then, yeah.
Pero iba ba yung naging reaction, you would say, Philippine crowd versus American crowd? Kasi magkaiba din yung humor, di ba? May ganun ka bang na-notice? Or yung mga kumausap
may
sa'yo?
natang sa about nursery rhymes. Sobrang timely rin sa kanila yung topic eh. I think, given, aside from sa atin, sobrang timely ng gender politics doon, given sa CR, given sa president nila, si Trump. So, yeah, it's very timely rin sa part. Kaya feeling ko ginawa ng closing film yun.
Yeah. Anything about nursery rhymes we can also talk about siguro. Like, ano yung naging udyok mo na ilagay yon, i-integrate yon? I think, may ano ba yun na, di ba, a lot of times, even with drag or trans people, parang, don't put your agenda on the children. Is that one of the reasons na pinasok mo yung children's nursery rhymes sa...
Ano hindi ko napansin yun? Very smart. Sige, yun na lang yung sagot.
Thank you.
Siguro I think yung point doon is learning someone's pronouns or gender is as easy as singing nursery rhymes.
Correct.
Yeah.
So pag papabuka mo na,
Yes.
kakanta ka na lang ng kung ikaw ay masaya, tumawa ka. Walang tumawa ba yan? Ayan. Kailangan sabihan yung
Yeah.
audience natin. But yeah, ang ganda nun, parang pwede mo na nga gamitin yun sa next interviews mo pag tinanong ka na after Netflix.
Thank you for that.
You heard it here first.
Yes.
But yun, let's talk about New York, I guess. Tapos na tayo sa mga promo work natin ngayon.
Wow.
What was it about New York that you really enjoyed?
Alam mo, the city, para siyang, I didn't get to experience New York lang. The New York made me experience myself in full spectrum.
Wow.
The art, the food, the people, the dance, the raves. So, yeah, the subway. I love it there. Babalik talaga ako dun. Actually, gusto kong gumawa ng film based sa New York eh. NY, siguro yung title Noypi, pero yung spelling NYPI.
Ay, ang ganda.
It could be Noypi, it could also be New York putang ina.
Pwede. Pwede tayo sa New York Cubao.
Oo. Wala pa akong kwento, pero may title na.
Sama mo ko, kailangan kasama ko sa New
Oo.
York. I mean, I agree. New York has this,
Kailangan.
ang sosyal lang tayo, New York has this magical energy.
Gets ko na si
when
Taylor
you're
Swift.
there. Oo, talaga.
Sino pa?
For once na gets mo siya.
Alicia Keys. Oo, for once. Gets ko na. Baka makancel ako ng mga Swifties. Yeah. Hindi ako Swiftie. Quickies lang. Pangit.
If you're not a Swiftie, who's your main pop girl?
Alam mo, sobrang old school ako. Sobrang love ko si Regine Velasquez. Sarah Geronimo. Yeah.
Particular song ni Ate Reg or
Pangarap ko
Sarah?
ibigin ka, dadalhin. Si Sarah, team song ko nung college, yung Sa Iyo, yung Love. Yeah.
Sa Iyo
Yun na
talaga,
mahal rin.
classic.
Aside from the popular songs ni Sarah. Yeah.
Paano yung sayo ng sa iyo? Sample.
Pangit ako kumanta. Yeah.
Sige.
Yeah.
Next time.
Casting couch, pero pinapakanta mo ako. Di ba bali yun?
Okay. Pwede mo nang ibaba yung ano. Pwede na tayo magsimula sa other, after's question. After's questions.
Pero alam mo, natakot ako nung New York Asian Film Festival. Kasi nag-San Francisco rin ako for shooting at si Apple. Tapos na-hold ako sa immigration for 2 hours. Pinapunta pa ako
Because?
sa office. I think because I'm brown, Filipino. So, na-hold ako for 2 hours doon, kina-question ako, blah, blah, blah. Then, at that time, si Trump din yung president.
Oh, okay.
Then ngayon naman, pumunta ako, kinabahan ako kasi baka ma-hold rin ako. Si Trump pa rin yung president. So,
Wala
hindi.
naman this
Buti
time.
naman wala, nakalusot.
Pero anything particular you enjoyed in this New York experience? Especially as a creative?
Rave,
Aha.
art, food, yeah. Hopefully makapagsulat ako doon sa New York. Yeah.
I mean, iba talaga yung magic. Parang mararamdaman mo lang siya habang naglalakad ka sa street.
Kaya
na-
pala gets ko ang daming kanta about New York.
Oo.
Wow.
Parang it's so inspiring na the energy of the place and the people.
Yeah.
Parang yun yung ano niya dun eh. Charm niya, I feel. It's very madumi. Mas maganda pa nga yung BGC sa New York, di ba? Yung mga ibang kalye.
Yeah.
Pero
Subway nga may daga. But you know,
Oo.
it's what makes New York magical.
yeah, I really miss and I want to go back at some point. But you just mentioned raves as well. I know that that's one of your favorite pastimes.
Yeah.
Hindi naman pastimes.
Last time, ginawa ko lang siya twice a week.
Twice a
week?
Hindi ka naman nagsasama.
Nag-meet ba nga tayo sa Rave?
Yes, dun nga tayo nag-meet the first time. So, syempre kanwari, ano lang, hi Direk, nice to meet you. Oh, we met na in the rave. Para ano lang, para professional tayo. Hindi tayo maka-clock for that. But is there anything, I mean, I think with raves, it's a different culture din.
Yes, it's a
particularly.
subculture, yeah.
Did you try to integrate that? Kasi parang nung na-connect ko na siya somehow, nung may rave scene sa Flower Girl, sabi ko, kaka-rave mo yan direct.
I know, right? I mean, actually, yung sinabi ko sa score namin si Teresa, sabi ko gusto ko ng EDM score na inspired. Actually, sinend ko pa kanya, pinapanood ko pa sa kanya yung Challengers eh.
Oo. May pagka-techno-ish.
Oo. So, yeah, tama ka. May inspiration din yung rave culture. Kasi, naging malaking part siya ng buhay ko right now.
And imagine mo yung kausap mo sa rave, si Pucci.
Yeah, oh my God.
What a funny...
Marami pa ako nakausap na crazy things sa rave na mas crazy pa kaysa Vagina Mascot. So, yeah.
Baka next time, isama sa rave si Pucci. Para lang makita yung reaction na,
Oo nga,
why is Pucci in this
perfect
rave?
for marketing, actually. Oo.
Let's go sa next
Yes.
one. In a gay rave,
Yeah.
there's a Pucci walking and dancing to the techno, EDM, house music. I think that's like a trip.
Perfect. Oo, wala pang ganun.
Sabi nga nila, trip.
Or ganun yung costume ko kaya sa next music festival.
Ikaw na si Pucci.
Oo. Maybe a different hole.
Bucci.
Si
Bucci.
Pucci.
Pucci.
Yeah.
Yun ang sleeper build. Pag suot mo yung Pucci costume, tapos paglabas mo, ito na yung winner-out ni Direk. Kaya kanina, tawag dito, naka-jacket, sabi, suotin ko ba yung jacket ko? Sabi ko, wag na Direk, pakita mo na yung mga pinaghihirapan mo, di ba? So, ayan, flex nga. Joke lang.
Abilis ka usap, no?
Tanggap ka na daw, sabi ng director natin. sa next Cinesilip Festival. Dream Boy 2.0. Hello,
Tony.
Direk Rodina. Tony G. But aside from that, anything else na you wanna discuss in terms of like inspiration, New York, traveling? Ano pa yung mga naiisip mong gusto mong isulat? May sinusulat ka ba right now?
Yeah, may sinusulat ako right now. My second, sana madirect ko. At first, sana matapos ko yung script.
Correct.
Yeah. Yun. Yun yung pinakabisihan ko right now.
Aside from raving with Pucci.
Aside from raving.
Pero anong process pag ganun? Siyempre, ang dami ko nakikita na siyempre writer's block ka minsan, ganito. Gano'ng katagal yung, sabi mo kanina patay na si Jesus was like 5 weeks?
5 days.
5 days, 5
Actually,
days.
Yung Flower Girl, I wrote it like medyo matagal. One year.
1 year.
Kasi pandemic, pumunta pa ako ng Baguio to write it. So, na-trap doon for 3 months. So, hindi ako makaalis. So, sa writing naman, yung naging work habit is procrastinate, then cramming.
So, it really depends.
Yeah, medyo
Ito, medyo gano'ng katagal mo na siya sinusulat?
Siguro less than a year. Nandun ako sa part, pinipitch na namin siya actually, sa idea first. So, sana matuloy na magawa. I'm very excited rin sa concept na to.
Of course, it's also gonna be comedy.
Yeah, it's a comedy. It's a comedy.
So, abangan namin yan para bumalik kayo next time with whoever will be. May dream cast ka ba for any project you'll be working on in the future?
Well, sana makatrabaho ko ulit si Chai Fonasher. I really find her funny.
An icon.
And smart. Yeah. Yun.
Yun, si Chai, who else?
Chai. Probably Maris Racal rin.
Oh yes, Maris.
Dali De Leon. Oh my God. Kasi yung ko ngayon, yung sinusulat ko, it's about 3 widows. So, yeah. Sila yung dream cast ko.
Okay. We will manifest Miss Dolly De Leon para doon na tayo sa Cannes, sa susunod. Doon tayo sa Berghain pupunta after mag-Cannes.
After mag-Cannes.
Yes. But I think anything else aside from that, future plans that you'd like to discuss?
May future plans ba ako?
May future ba tayo dito sa Pilipinas?
Nga eh. Well, kung magiging palpak yung career, I might as well pursue casting couch na rin. Just kidding. Like, yeah.
You heard it here first, once again.
My Telegram is
Magkano per month?
free subscription for 2 months. Yeah.
Wow, talo pa yung Netflix
Yeah.
But again, of course, please promote Flower Girl and all your films. I think Patay na si Jesus is also on Netflix still.
Netflix. So yeah, I hope you can catch stream Flower Girl na sa Netflix na and have fun. Tsaka rate 5 stars sa Letterboxd. Pag hindi nyo nagustuhan, wag nyo na lang i-rate.
And see you at the raves with Pucci.
See you at the raves.
Anywhere that the audience can follow you as well?
Instagram. Pero wag na kayo magulat, medyo ko doon, barubal. Patrick Tabada, Twitter, Patrick T. Yung isang Twitter, Patrick T XXX, just kidding. Hindi. Yeah, yun. Instagram and Twitter. Yeah.
Okay. And that leads us to the last part of the show, which is what we call the kernel of truth.
Ooh.
Wow, diba? Very, the kernel of truth. It's just our, parang one key takeaway for this episode. Ang sasagutin mo lang kung ikaw ay masaya lang. Joke lang.
Walang sex or chocolate, lights on, lights off.
Wala. Sa ibang show yun. Sa Fowler's Position with Mami Oni.
Oh my God, controversial pa naman siya ngayon.
Yes, exactly. Shout out Mami Oni.
Ito rin, pagkatapos nito may pastor rin mag-uusap.
Yes.
Meron ba?
Papasok na yung pastor, sabihin, babas-basa na tayong dalawa. Kakapuchinyo niya. Yes, the kernel of truth. Like, based on this discussion, ano yung pinaka masasabi nating naging meat of it, aside from Pucci? And
Meat.
the meat.
Wow. Rave against the dying of the light.
Rave against the dying of the light. I mean, raves are a different culture nga. But ako, for me naman, it's just about the kindness nga. Just
Yeah.
talking about
Yes.
going back to Flower Girl and the whole story of Ina and Pucci. Parang yun yung nag-strike sa akin kanina na it's just when you strip everything down, parang yung katauhan mo na yung and yung matitira. And then
Wow,
dun mo
so
talaga so deep.
Oh.
Parang sabi mo kanina, shove it
popping?
so deep.
Oo.
What's poppers?
What's poppers?
But yeah, I mean for me parang yun na nga, yung pag strip down mo siya, ano ba yung katauhan mo? And dun mo talaga makikita. And I feel like not a lot of people realize that, and they should really be a bit more introspective. And I hope through this film and through the ongoing conversations in the LGBTQ movement, ang daming movies ngayon na LGBT, di ba? And especially sa Philippines, di ba?
Ang galing mo. Ikaw na mag-promote. Wow.
Ako na pala
Fan ka nga
dito.
talaga ng film.
Yes, kaya tayo inibita, di ba? But anyway, yun. I think yun ang napulot ko doon. Kahit sabihin, and on the surface level, sobrang quote-unquote bobo niya. Pero for me, lagi ko sinasabi na parang yung mga bobong things, it takes so much intelligence to even write it. So, congratulations on that.
Di ka sure. Yeah.
Pero yun, congrats on that
Thank you.
again. And, I hope that message comes across. Ikaw, any last words that you'd like to say to our audience? Where can they watch you again? So that,
Thank you for having me. Ano pa bang last words? Yeah, yan. Thank you. Watch Flower Girl.
yes, so ayan. Tapos na ang ating episode with our extra special guest, Direk Patrick. Thank you so much for being here. And go watch Flower Girl. It's on Netflix, out now. And Patay na si Jesus is also there. Sana yung si Apple at si Chedeng
Yeah.
ma-release somewhere. Wala ba siya sa I Want? Ganun.
Hindi ko alam na sa iWant, pero nasa YouTube ata siya.
Nasa YouTube.
Yeah.
Sobrang laugh trip ng lahat ng gawa ni Direk.
Ayun condone piracy, pero nasa YouTube siya, nasa Telegram, nasa Twitter. I mean, yeah, hanapin nyo na lang.
Yun na yung subscription mo.
Wag nyo na lang yeah.
Si Apple at si Chedeng. Free. Not free on Telegram. You have to pay for it. Anyway, so yeah, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Popcorn. Of course, you can keep streaming all episodes of Popcorn on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, and wherever you stream your podcasts. And of course, please also follow us on all our social media platforms. That's at Popcorn with Cholo, Popcorn W Cholo on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, formerly known as Twitter. Well, kailangan full talaga. Did I miss anything? I think that's it. And thank you so much for joining us on this episode. We will see you all next time. Bye. Rave time.